What's good, YouTube? It's your girl, Miss Golden 83, and I am here to do a tap into your soul reading for the sign of Aquarius. Aquarius, this is your last reading for this week as you are third on the zodiac lineup. Okay, hopefully, you guys have enjoyed your energy this week. Okay, make sure um, if you haven't, to make sure you view all of your readings for the week, as it will help with adjusting your energy. Okay, remember, you guys, these are general messages, not personal, so take what resonates and pass the rest to the next. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started. We're going to pick one from the top, one from the bottom, and one energetically from the middle, for your past, present, and future placement, and then we will turn over the bottom of the deck to get your overall outcome. Okay, at this time, if you want, you can get a piece of paper out to go over your energy as we move along in your reading. Okay, and write down the answers to the questions as we go along. You can also write out what you feel like you would like your overall outcome to be by the end of the reading, okay? And just compare as we go through, okay? But with that being said, let's go ahead and get into it. We're not turning all the cards over, so that way there's not too much energy on the table, okay? So, Aquarius, what held you back in your past? What held you back in the past, okay? Would like for you to take the time to pause and kind of look at this card here to figure out how it makes you feel about what held you back in your past, okay? Be very honest with yourself as you look at this imagery, okay? And just write down how it makes you feel or answer that question for yourself, okay? I feel as though, Aquarius, you have had some underlining rage, or had some underlining rage in the past, as we're seeing some red here. A couple of colors are coming in, purple, blue, things of that nature. You could have had like a very irritated, energy around you. Um, Possibly something some underlining issues that maybe no one really understood or took the time to try to understand. They probably thought you were just very troubled or seemed very troubled, um, and probably you were, okay, where it was hard to identify who you were. At maybe at times you could be somewhat soft, as you see like some cloudy ness over here on the left side of the card, mixed in with blue, and then but most of the time you were just kind of very irate a little bit, and so there was something troubling you, okay, as far as maybe your upbringing, um, possibly something that we touched on, I believe, for your sign this week. Maybe being raised in a single family home, things of that nature, okay? And so that family dynamic possibility, not having what you wanted in that sense, may have caused some type of rage, okay? Or any other possible trauma in your past, okay? So being very troubled, upset, things of that nature, just always kind of in an irritated mood, held you back in the past from being your true self, okay? Or being able to get past um, those issues, okay? And not really knowing either how to resolve them or where they were stemming from, okay? Possibly placing the blame on yourself for some things, or others without knowing the full detail or extent of the situation, possibly also held you back in the past as well. Okay, so let's move forward to your present energy. Okay, what continues to hold you back presently? Okay, what continues to hold you back presently? Okay, Aquarius, take a look at this card and write down how it makes you feel and what you feel is holding you back presently. Okay, presently, I think sometimes or feel as though, I try not to say think, I try to say feel, um, for you guys, okay, as these are subjective. Again, general messages, take what resonates and pass the rest to the next, you guys. So I feel as though this person is in the woods and they're kind of they're holding this stick, but it seems as though, or this branch, and it seems like it's part of them. Okay, I feel as though you have these full trees kind of along the side, but it feels as though you're trying to grow, or mature, but something is kind of keeping you from doing that. And it could be, again, this past energy, of some unresolved issues, okay? Something that is possibly triggering you, maybe in your family dynamic, possibly. Um, I feel, I'm feeling this sense of needing closure, from something that's possibly happened in the past. And this person in this card is holding, like, right at their throat. Their hand is at their throat. Okay, like just touching their throat here. Okay, and so maybe you have a tendency of not being able to speak for yourself. That is possibly holding you back right now, in a sense of standing up for yourself. And it could be, it may not be your fault, and it's not something that you do intentionally, but it's out of a sense of trying to have respect for others, as there may be those that are older around you that are more mature, and so you try to respect them. As I stated yesterday, talking about obligation, or feeling like you're obligated to those around you, okay, or where they, maybe there are some, adults or elders around you that tend to still treat you like a child, and so that's why you feel like you can't grow, as you should. Like you're growing in the respects of having responsibilities, but as far as full on maturity of people being able to see you as no longer a child and more so of an adult, I think that, I feel that that is what is hindering you right now. That's what's keeping you from growing, okay? Is the fact that people are treating you like a child and not treating you as an adult, okay? And I can't really speak on those, but it's something that innately happens with a lot of people, is that those that are older than us continue to see us as children, or view us as, still, that little 5-year old or that 10-year old, wherever they enjoyed our age, our previous ages, and expect us to stay that way forever. And that is not the case. Eventually, we all had to grow up just the same as they had to grow up as well. And I'm sure they possibly went through the same things, okay? Or maybe not. You won't know unless you have those conversations. But they have to come to terms with the fact that you are not an adolescent anymore, okay? You are, maturing into a responsible adult, and they have to treat you as such, okay? If they can't treat you as such, then they should leave you be, okay? If they cannot accept the fact that you are growing into a mature adult, then they should leave you be, okay? No one can stay a child forever. Okay, we eventually grow up. We have our own responsibilities in our own lives, and so you don't want to come off as being disrespectful, and there is a very respectable way for you to say it without being disrespectful. I have heard plenty of people who have talked very disrespectfully to their parents, and I've been like, what? You said what? Or they said what to their parents? So, or their grandparents or whoever. I've heard even 5-year olds talk disrespectfully to their to elders. And so you can do it in a very respectable way, and they will have no choice but to respect it. If they don't, that is their problem. You cannot force anybody to accept who you are at this age now. Okay, you can only advise them or tell them who you are as a person now, and that you now are responsible for yourself. Okay, and so they can't just try to guilt trip you or make you obligated to do anything for them, because you have your own life to live at this point in time. Okay, kind of carrying on from yesterday's reading with your word from the ancestors. Okay, let's move on to the future placement. How will you change your future? How will you change your future? Okay, take a look at this card here, Aquarius, and see how it makes you feel. Okay, write down the answer to that question. How will you change your future? Okay, I feel as though with this card here, this is your third eye crown chakra. Okay, reevaluating your life, looking over and really opening your mind's eye to who you are and who you want to be as a person. Okay, a very mature person. Okay, as we just stated before, just really coming into your own. This person here is holding an egg here, and it could be a rebirth, if you will, of yourself. It doesn't have to be a birth of a child or stating anything about anyone being pregnant, unless that is your situation. Okay, but I don't feel that. I feel it's revolving around you getting out of those growing pains and really being able to speak for yourself, being able to provide for yourself, and take care of yourself. As you see, the egg is not cracked. They are cradling the egg. Okay, and that could obviously be you as your mature self. Okay, you are responsible, you are reliable. If people need you for, emergency purposes, or when you have time, you are a reliable person, Aquarius, and so you will be there on those aspects, but they have to respect your time. It will be based off of your time, not theirs. Okay, and so I think you will be centering yourself in your future, and that's how you will change. You will center yourself, you will organize yourself, you will be able to speak up for yourself. You won't need anyone to speak up for you. Okay, you will be able to do it in a respectable manner where people will start respecting who you are and respecting your space and your time. Okay, and you will just grow into a very mature adult. Okay, if you aren't already. Okay, so with that being said, let's go ahead and flip over the bottom of the deck to see what your overall outcome is. Okay, this is your overall outcome. Okay, Aquarius, take the time to look at this card, see if it matches with what you have wrote down as your anticipated outcome. Okay, or what you would like to be your anticipated outcome. I feel like with this card showing here, you will be shielding yourself from any negative energy whatsoever. Okay, people will find themselves blocked. You will be distancing yourself from people who are codependent or disrespectful of your time and your kindness. Okay, I do not feel as though you will let anyone try to guilt trip you or try to push you over to do things out of obligation, you are going to possibly learn how to say no and keep it as a no. Okay, you will stand your ground, and be very firm in your words. Like I said, it will be in a sense of being very respectable of those who are older of you, and even those who are the same age as you. Just respectfully declining any type of erratic behavior from other people, and just being able to stand up for yourself, like I said before. Okay, and so this is a very, very good outcome here, as your energy is obviously changing and growing, and has grown throughout the week. And so, with that being said, Aquarius, I wish you all of the best. I, of course, will see you guys next week. Well, not next week, sorry, next month. Okay, unless you possibly know any other birth chart placements that you have, Sun, Moon, and Venus. Okay, I have 4 signs left next week, so by all means, if you just want to listen in for a possible additional lesson to learn, by all means, feel free to check in. But I will be out the last week of April for my birthday vacation, and so I won't be back doing all the signs again, until next month, after next week. So until then, Aquarius, keep up the good work, okay? And do what is best for you and take care of you, okay? Nobody else can take care of you better than you can, and you are now capable of doing such, all right? So until next time, Aquarius, peace.